Afternoon, members. For those who are online with us, just to explain, we've had a slight delay here. We're waiting for an IT issue to be sorted out for one of the members in the committee. As soon as that's done, we'll start the business of the day. Thank you. Afternoon, members. Afternoon to all of those who've joined us online today for our planning committee. Agents, applicants, members of the public, you're all very welcome to this hybrid version of the planning committee. Without further ado, I will ask Maura Fox, Head of Planning, to deal with agenda items 1 and 2, the notice and summons of meeting, and members' attendance and apologies.
Thank you, Chair. Members are hereby summoned to attend the monthly meeting of the Planning Committee, which will be a hybrid socially distanced meeting and conducted remotely via WebEx and also physically in the Chamber Guildhall on Wednesday, the 8th of June at 2 p.m. Alderman Alan Breslin. Alderman Alan Breslin. Alderman Breslin. I'll just come back, Chair.
Alderman Breslin will be in shortly. He's just delayed a wee minute.
Thank you. Alderman Keith Kerrigan.
Here, Maura.
Thank you, Keith. Alderman Graham Wark. We've had apologies. Councillor Jason Barr.
Here.
Thank you, Jason. Councillor Raymond Barr.
Here, Maura.
Thank you, Raymond. Councillor John Boyle. Councillor Angela Dobbins. Councillor Paul Gallagher. Councillor Gallagher.
I'm sure, Maura.
Thanks, Paul. Councillor Christopher Jackson.
Sure.
Thanks, Christopher. Councillor Dan Kelly.
I'm sure, Maura.
Thanks, Dan. Councillor Patricia Logue. Councillor Kieran Maguire. Councillor Maguire. I'll come back. Councillor Philip McKinney.
Here, Maura.
Thanks, Philip. And Councillor Sean Mooney.
Here.
Thanks, Sean. Just go back and check on Alderman Alan Breslin. No, not yet. And Councillor Kieran Maguire. Thank you, Kieran. In the chamber. Thanks, Chair.
Thank you, Maura. You're very welcome again, members. Before we do start, I'm going to read out the broadcast statement. I'd like to remind everybody present at this meeting in the Guildhall, or indeed in attendance remotely, that this meeting will be broadcast live to the internet and will be capable of repeated viewing. The broadcast may be terminated or indeed suspended in accordance with our protocol. Due to your attendance at this meeting, you're consenting to being filmed and to use and storage of those images for broadcasting or training purposes and for the purposes of keeping historical records and making these records available to the public. Members and approved speakers are reminded to only have their mics and cameras on while speaking at the meeting and to use the chat facility to highlight a request to speak. A copy of the council's privacy notice may be found on the council website. Members, moving on to item number 4 on the agenda, and that is declarations of members' interests. I'll take any verbal declarations now, or indeed if you feel you have a declaration to make through the meeting, then please do make that declaration as and when you feel it appropriate. Okay, thank you, members. Agenda item number 5, which are items obviously which will be open for decision. We do have chairperson's business. I have no personal chairperson's business today. However, I am going to pass over to Maura Fox to work us through some items of the agenda. So again, back to yourself, Maura.
Members, in terms of late items, we have a number of late items that has already been previously sent to yourselves. One relates to item 6, and that's an email from Simpson, and that was received on the 6th of June. We've also received some images and photographs from the agent, Matt Kennedy, in regards to item 8 and 9. And the chair then wants to come in on item 6 in regards to that matter. Thank you.
Okay, briefly, members, I've also had a request from a member of the committee for a consideration of a deferral in this particular matter. I'm not inclined to make that decision personally here today. I'm going to afford you the opportunity to discuss the matter. There are some elements of it which we unfortunately will have to discuss in confidential business. And so therefore I am now making a proposal to go directly into confidential business. I do want that to be a brief conversation if we can manage that, members. And of course I will require someone to second that with me. Thank you, Councillor Dollins. Okay, so we're just going to give it a minute to go into confidential, turn off the broadcast briefly, and remove all of those from the meeting who are not members of the committee. And just for the benefit of those